Hello, hello. Welcome to the daily political tarot readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Hello, am I disturbing the kitty? He's like, I'm tired. I'm tired. Yes, I am. You're making noise. But anyway, I'm glad you're here. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you so much for yesterday and my 600th, my officially 600th video. It was great. That was great. Okay, so usually if you're watching this on replay, you can go down into the pinned first comment, or usually later on in the description box will be all the questions I covered today. Good kitty. And so you can click on the time stamp and just kind of get what you're interested in, and then, get in, get out. Sorry, I'm trying to speak a little bit less aggressively. Let's see here. I'm trying to speak a little less aggressively, just so he stays. But anyway, okay, that's time stamping. Do put your questions in all caps. Hi, how are you? Hello, good boy. In the chat, anything in all caps in the chat is very much directed at me. And then other than that, you guys can talk amongst yourselves. I'm trying to get through my intro and let him know that he's okay. Because if you think we're sick of Trump, he's sick of this energy too. Oh, sweetheart, please stay. Oh, all right. Lost him. Oh well. All right. Hopefully he'll come back. I hope. But for now, let me see. Yes, do put everything in all caps in the chat, and so I'll know you're talking to me. Anything that is in all caps, that's where you're talking to each other. That is, to be honest, it's really distracting, because all caps really does grab my attention. So if you wouldn't mind, I would appreciate it. And let me think, what else? If I don't acknowledge you or I don't answer your question, it is never anything personal. I promise. I'm not mad at anybody. I'm not. It's nothing ever. It's never anything negative about you. I'm usually just following my intuition, or because when I read your questions, I send my energy out to that, and to see, what I feel, if I can feel anything. And if it's like an empty room, I'm afraid that I can't, there's nothing to read there. Or sometimes I'm told not today, it seems like. So that's what it seems like. I don't know. There will always be a part of me that's like, guides. It seems a little weird, but it's just my experience, So, Is Ricky, is Michael Cohen, is that interview tonight? Oh, sorry, I think I just kicked the camera. I'm sorry. I'm trying to move my chair a little bit closer. Is that interview tonight, or is it later? I thought I saw somebody was saying it was like on the 8th or something of September or something. I don't know. Gosh, I hope it's tonight. I hope there's a bombshell. But and 10% of income that comes into the channel from any source goes to feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country, which is very needed. Okay, is that it? I think that's it. One bit of housekeeping. This is your thing, but I'm going to set for the month of September. When I'm planning is setting a 5-minute timer early on. And I just want to spend that 5 minutes with a timer. So it's not gonna go on more than that. But for the 5 minutes, I want to look at each of the American presidents, starting with, good old George, #1 on September 1st, and then second, third present, fourth, fifth. So I just want to spend that tiny little time going through because I want to know basically, is Trump the worst president ever? Kristen's then covered the news, our news anchor. Hello, Kristen. Maddow, September 8th. Dunlemon is September 9th. Ugh. Oh well. Renee, cool on presidents. Cool. Because I have it's like worst president ever. Because 12 of our United States presidents owned slaves at some point. And it's hard to get lower than that. When on the level of slime, that's seriously primordial levels of slime. 8 of them owned slaves while they were president. The other, I guess 8 is 12. I'm guessing the other 4 had previously, but didn't when they became president. Anyway, hard to, but what I want to look at, because basically it's like, all right, if you took Donald Trump today as he is, and you took Thomas Jefferson as he was, with everything Thomas Jefferson knew and everything Donald Trump knows, and you literally just switched. So Donald Trump was back in, he was there at the revolution. One, does anyone believe he wouldn't be a slave owner? I think he would be. Honestly. That's my opinion. This is just entertainment. I'm not, this is nothing more than just my opinion. But with what Thomas Jefferson did, now Washington owned 317 slaves, and I just want to hurl just saying those words. Blah. Owning another human being, yeah. George Washington, it was 317. The worst of the worst was Jefferson, over 600. Ugh. And if you think of how horrendously he treated his mistress, jeez. Because not only was he literally owned her, skin crawl, but he actually kept her and their children locked away in this kind of almost windowless room kind of thing. Ugh. But Jefferson laid down a lot of the foundation, or he was instrumental in laying down the foundation, which led to the future freedoms that we have since enjoyed. So anyway, we need to talk about Sally Autumn. Oh yeah, definitely, Renee. Yeah. But anyway, I just want to look piece by piece because I don't want to just sit here every day and be like, yeah, he's the worst president ever. I've even started doing the covers for next month, and I'm going to put, better than Trump ? Except on Abraham Lincoln. Way, way, way better than Trump, period. Oh, Renee, no, you and I. Oh, okay. Well, are you on Twitter? You can, if you follow me on Twitter, I'll follow you back. You can message me. And that goes for all you guys. I'm on Twitter. And there's the messages on Twitter. I answer messages for patrons as well on Patreon, but we can talk on Twitter. Just saying. Okay, so that's next month. And excuse me for just 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Okay. So we'll just do, I'm literally going to set a timer, and we'll just like go over like a one paragraph bio, and then I'll throw some cards. All right. Because I think we'll learn a lot more about history, and I think we'll learn a lot more about the energies. I had no idea, as I'm scrolling up looking for your questions, which I'm going to start putting in the first comment. I was really surprised. I didn't realize George Washington, he um, he was he was very brave, which doesn't surprise me. He was, but he's a very dour, stern. Um, Sorry, George, but just between us, humorless guy, which I didn't realize. I would have thought he would have been, the more charismatic, like Lincoln, because Lincoln was really charismatic. Um, but I didn't know that. So anyway, all right. So, Denise, hello, Denise. Denise has a whole bunch of stuff in all caps. So, let's have a look here. Will the Hatch Act violations be prosecuted? Could somebody please tell me? I'm not going to add that to the list yet, just because I really need somebody to tell me. Best of my knowledge, I'm not sure there actually is a penalty on the books for that for violating the Hatch Act. Like, it's a law. You can't do it. But I don't know that there's any actual official, like, sentencing guidelines, penalty, anything like that. So, sorry. Denise also, okay, so a bunch of things by Denise right up front. A contempt charge has just been opened on Pompeo. Really? I'm going to guess that wasn't in the Senate. Okay, let me see here. Time stamp in progress. Okay. Okay, what will come of that? Pompous Pompeo, who has serious delusions of his future greatness. It's like, no. He really thinks he's just going to keep rising. He really thinks he's going to be president someday. Okay, Denise, what do people really think of the RNC convention? Republicans, Democrats, and Independents. Make this list, get as many readings in as possible, because I'm needing to finish by about one. I'm trying to finish by 1:15 every day. So, in the interview last night, Junior said resident Trump kids' names were redacted. What does he know about the blacked out parts? Well, he knows everything he did. That's a point. Oh, Billy Renfield Barr. Did you share the unredacted? Well, we know Trump wouldn't read the unredacted report. That's not going to happen. But did he? Did they pass on the unredacted report to? Did he pass on the unredacted report to the White House, and only give the redacted part to Congress? Does anybody know? Okay. Oh, here we go. Kristen, news. The House committee moves to hold Mike Pompeo in contempt for defying subpoenas. Okay, yeah, we're definitely reading on that. Yes, put that right there. Okay. Okie dokie. Okay. Denise, jabbering. I saw that quote under cover. Just jabbering. Sorry, I don't understand. Sorry, Denise. Twitter is having fun with Melania's green screen dress. Colbert's live It's on YouTube. Live monologue last night was one of his funniest ever. I had to stop when he was talking about Junior. There was one point I had to just stop. I had to pause the thing because it was so funny. Anyway, so Colbert definitely was seeing. Illinois is keeping this 17-year-old there for now. Won't release him to Wisconsin. Okay, Michael Cohen tweeted he'll be on Maddow September 8th, Don Lemon September 9th. When does this book come out? Is it the 8th? And then you point out, Kristen points out, breaking forward, the RNC in Charlotte test positive for coronavirus. I'm wondering how many are going to test positive after last night's disgusting, gross Corona Fest at the White House. Yeah. Really, no distancing, lots of screaming and yelling, and yeah. Justin Engel announces contempt proceedings against Pompeo. Good. All right, let's see if that comes of that. Kristen again, will Mike Pence and Trump's pact no mask RNC speeches cause super spreader offense? Yes. I don't need to read on it. Yes. Now, is it going to be, I think it's, is it going to affect the people out there? Yes, absolutely. Is it going to affect them in their ivory house? Hello, sweetheart. Are you back? Do you want me to pick you up? You're so cute. Yes, you are. Good. Oh, here you go. Here you go, precious one. Good boy. No. Renee, did Autumn read already? No, about Claudia Conway saying that both of her parents physically and emotionally abused her. What? Oh my gosh, no, I have not read on that. Oh, kitten, I'm gonna need your positive energy today. I am. I'm going to need your positive energy, you big sweetie. I heard she wanted emancipation. I assumed it was just from the fighting, but oof. Ewat, we're all going to need PTSD meds after Trump. Yeah, I hear you. Okay. Let's see here. Renee. Hi, Autumn and fuzzy face cuteness. That would be you. Okay. News. Kristen saying news. Trump swiped $44 billion from FEMA as he undermined unemployment negotiations before Hurricane Laura. What did he do with the money? Do we know? Maria saying, hi, Renee, how's your Friday? Here it's a beautiful 19 degrees Celsius. Ah, yes. Real temperatures, as opposed to what we have, which is all in Fahrenheit. And people don't realize that we still live in the dark ages and use Fahrenheit and feet and inches. They basically, it's like, it's going to be 94 here today. And people are like, what? What? What, in your oven? No. Anyway, Kristen sharing a Mia Farrow tweet. This crowd packed together without masks brings to mind Jonestown, the adoring cult daring death for Jim Jones. She's not wrong. Okay, so I'm looking for anything else in all caps. Okay. Autumn. Are the Trump addicts seeing a bit of the light with all the revelations? Okay, will they see no. It doesn't matter what he says. I can tell right now. And I've read on this type of thing before. There's nothing that's going to move his base. Nothing. around the edges. And it's like 35% of the country. There's nothing he could do. Nothing. Renee, you aggressive? Never. Oh, what did I do? Sorry. Howdy peeps, says Impish Artist. Not sure why so many things are being held for review. Very strange. Steve, hey Steve. There was a Twitter post about Helmut Norpoth. I don't know Helmut Norpoth. Allegedly correct 25 of 27 predictions. Predicts a 362 to 176 electoral victory for Trump. I don't know who that person is, but I'll look. Because I'm just not buying it. The cards are so specific. They're so consistent, I should say. The cards are so consistent. The energy's so consistent. I mean, maybe to some extent I'm being influenced because we're a group of like-minded people, and so I'm going to be slightly influenced by our collective energy. But it's been so consistent across the way. So yeah, Bishardus, I agree about the kitty. He's such a cutie, poor little guy. Having to sit in this energy with us, and he doesn't have any idea why. It's like, why do you keep doing this every day? Jess Art, please look at the fear-mongering's impact on the electorate and the NBA boycott. It has been particularly aggressive. Let's see if it's really scaring people, because the Trump supporters I am related to, they are blaming Biden and the Democrats for the violence, and it's like, and Pelosi, and it's like she doesn't have really power to do much of anything. So anyway, Ricky, Autumn, will there be a bombshell with the Rachel Maddow interview with Michael Cohen? I hope so. Steve, additional to my previous question, close, comfortable, or blowout election win for Biden? Well, I will add that too. What I've got here. Yeah, that was okay. Safe. And I'm just going to start reading in a second here. Cool on the present. Good. Okay. Nancy, Abbott has approval for a 15-minute, $5 COVID-19 test. The U.S. government is buying a large quantity. Any sense of how this will go? Gosh, I hope it works. Okay. He would love Lou. I think Trump would treat slaves worse than Thomas Jefferson. I think so too. Okay, and yes on Twitter. Okay. All right, and okay, it just gave me a ton of stuff. So if I've missed your, if I have, Rand Paul, you said you were trying not to be aggressive. I don't think you ever are. Oh, thank you. I'm trying. Yeah, the despair of our situation can get to me, like I think it gets to everybody sometimes. But okay, so I think I've got something here. Let me see if I can paste something here. Okay, so there's that, and then there was something here about Rand Paul. Bismo brought up that Rand Paul calls for FBI arrest after being confronted by protesters, claims they would have killed us if not for the cops. Okay. So, plenty of cards. Plenty of questions. I just need to get the cards. Guess where the cards are? Hi, how are you? Oh, what a sweetie you are. Yes, you are. Thank you for moving because I need to get in here. All right. Well, there we go. Whoops. Gilded today. What do you think? The cards are kitty approved. Yes, they are. The cards are kitty approved. We are starting with Pompeo. Yes, we are. Pompous Pompeo. Who would not fully appreciate the kitty, I'm certain. I don't know if he likes cats or not, but hello, sweetie. Whoops, card went flying. Ooh, it's a card of worry. Nine of Swords. Is this clear or is this? Oh, I got my daily downvote. Usually the first of about 4. Figure on. Okay, so hi. The thing about Pompeo. No. Boom. Oh, the kitty. Oh, the kitty. There we go. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. You are just a sweetie. Yes, you are. The thing about Pompeo. No, where are we? 27 and a bit. Is that he's in the Trump administration. He's done some of the horrible, gross things that Trump has done. However, the difference is that he doesn't have the same complete screaming lack of shame that Trump has. And that's kind of the problem some of these guys are running into, is they've made their deal with the devil, and they can be really awful human beings. However, they're not actually Trump's level of narcissists and sociopaths. Boo Boo has a high-pitched squeak. He does. Yeah. There's kind of a running joke that, he needs a real meow. When I first got him, listening, if he got upset about something or something scared him, something happened suddenly and it scared him, he would hiss, and it was the cutest thing ever. He's been scary and hissing, and it's just it was so cute. It's getting a little more meaty, but he still squeaks. Squeaker bunny. Okay, cards flying today. All right. He's carrying out Trump's lies. Pompeo's carrying out Trump's lies. It's a very unsteady energy, and he's really bought into the Trump stuff. But Pompeo has, he's ambitious, and he wants to go forward and, be a president and be, keep going forward. But if it's going to be harder to do if he's been held in contempt of Congress, because he knows how that will be held against him. Ricky's asking, does Boo Boos and Kitty hate dogs? Yes. I'm afraid that neither. Well, Pumpkin, he lived with a dog and other animals before before I got him, and at one point the people were so awful to him and were trying to get him to run away, and they were so abusive that he basically moved into the doghouse in the backyard with the dog. It was like, no, I'm living here now too. But this one He was just found abandoned on the side of the road, which is why his name is Bailey. Bailey Boo. Boo Boo. He was found on Bailey Street. The good boy. He was starving. But anyway. 31. All right, let me see if I can actually focus long enough to do the reading, which is what you're here for. So definitely got Pompeo's energy. He is worried. Oh, he's not a nice person. But loved a pumpkin, yeah. They used to throw things at him and it was awful. Anyway. Two of Swords, decisions. Decisions he's making now will be held against him for the rest of his career if he wants to stay in politics. And he doesn't realize that cake's already set. Cake is baked. You were Donald J. Trump's Secretary of State, and you spoke at the Republican National Convention while overseas on an official trip from a rooftop in Jerusalem. Ricky saying Pompeo couldn't be president of a handkerchief factory. Yeah. Okay, now saying pumpkins. I like the pumpkins. So, held in contempt, eh? What's going to come of it? He's stressed. He's not afraid of them as much as he's afraid of his future political career. So what's going to come of the being held in contempt? Is he going to face, is he going to get into serious legal trouble? Kind of lock him up. Have to work to stay strong, says Ewat. Yes, absolutely. Stay focused, says Ewat. Yep. 10 of Wands. Burden. This is a burden on him. Oh, yeah. And he's worried about it. 8 of Swords. Holding still. He won't give them what because they're subpoenaing stuff, and he's saying no. 3 of Pentacles. That's the craft. This is the craftsman that's crafting the articles of contempt or whatever they call it. I don't know the official. Kat says the judicial branch should have sent him a PM. Nice speech from Israel. Don't bother coming home. Yeah. 8 of Pentacles, work. Tower, that's not good for him. And worry. I think it's going to do some damage. Held in contempt of Congress. I'm going to say it's going to do some damage. Anybody know what the what actually happens when somebody is held in contempt of Congress? Does anything actually happen to them? Because that doesn't look good. I've got a Tower and the 9 of Swords. And it's over his work, or lack thereof. He's not getting what they want. They craft the, contempt of Congress charge or whatever, and over his work, but this is not going to end well for him. Okay, hang on. Teresa is saying Pompeo had to drop out of the Senate race in his state due to lack of interest. Oh, here we go. Okay, impish artist. The criminal offense of contempt of Congress sets a penalty at not less than 1 month or more than 12 months in jail and a fine of not more than $100,000, not less than 100. So at least if you're convicted of being in contempt of Congress, it's going to cost you at least $100 and a month in jail. Dave saying they can possibly be jailed in the holding tank in the basement. Actually, what I heard is that is not actually a thing. That this thing that looks like a place where with bars where it looks like someone could be held isn't actually. It's just storage, and No, they would need to get. Yeah, here's the problem. Do they need the DOJ to prosecute for them? That's the question. So far, the Dems have had no inclination to jail anyone for contempt. I know, John. I hear you, Renee. Okay, so this does not look good for him. Does not look good for him. What do you think, kitten? No, sweetie. That little fuzzy chicken wing back leg you've got. Yes. Just a cutie. So, is Pompeo going to be staying in, I don't know, Casa jail? I don't know. I'm afraid I don't know Spanish. 5 of Swords, insult to injury. Huh. They might actually... Dave, it's not a jail. They keep protesters there waiting for the DC police. Oh, okay. Acentua, they need to jail somebody just one time as a show of force. I agree. Fool. Knight of Cups. 3 of Cups. There's Trump getting away with everything, flaunting his breaking of the law. But then you have the Democrats, the Knight of Cups. Like cups, I get cups for. Let me tilt this thing down a little bit. Maybe it'll make it easier to see it in the. Can put the cards in the light more easily. There we go. This is the Knights. I get cups for Democrats, and this is the Knight going after something, and then I've got 3 of Cups. I've got Democrats celebrating. Oh, Pompeo. Pompeo. That's not looking good for you. No, that's not looking good for you at all. Anything else to know? Is something actually going to happen here? Okay, we could make it a jail real quick if Pelosi banged her gavel. I hear you. Do they? I would love to know. All of this has happened, and I know Pelosi is. I know she's loath to go too far in her estimation when we're this close to an election, but she had to have signed off on this. Bringing the sword of truth. We're trying to get the sword of truth. It's like it's almost like I'm getting a mental image of Democrats or trying to grab the sword of truth out of Pompeo's hands, and he won't let go of it, and they're yanking at it. That's the mental image I got with Trump right behind him. Oh, look, and Trump's corruption right there. Anyway, communications about Trump's corruption. What? Wait. Communications about Trump's corruption as the emperor. What are they trying to get from the State Department that he's not allowing? John's asking, do the Republicans have something on Pelosi that prevents her from acting on anything? I've read on that kind of thing before, and I've never picked up on anything like that. Denise is saying it says the sergeant of arms contains the person found guilty. Okay. But I'd love to know what is the official, like, okay, it goes through, you are in contempt of Congress. Who arrests you? Do you have to go through the DOJ to prosecute? Institution, disappointment, fruits of labor. Okay. On the defensive. Giving a little. He's going to give up some of the information just so he doesn't get, this doesn't become an issue. But that's not all of it. And if he just caved, I don't think he would have gotten a tower. Sergeant at Arms. I understand there's a Sergeant at Arms, but how is it? Because there's some weird thing about the house has, it's like the house has a separate thing where it's like Washington D.C. police, but the Senate uses something different. There's some weird who's got jurisdiction over these different things, and it's split. Ian's saying Pelosi children are good friends with Kushner and Ivanka. May have been. I don't know if I would know. Ian's saying I don't trust Pelosi. I understand. We're just frustrated with her. Oh, sorry, Steve. Yeah, I don't know why the replay hasn't been showing the chat. I heard Becca over at the amazing Becca at the House of Lenormand say that the chats can take like a day before it shows up. All right, 42. I'm getting bad stuff for him, so I guess we will have to see. We'll have to see. He tries to give up somebody. He's still got that tower. Okay, what did people think of the RNC convention? I have an opinion. I thought the whole thing was disgusting. And watching fascist Barbie up there, do you notice how when Ivanka was talking, she was standing behind the presidential seal? They did that on purpose. Yeah, the whole thing was gross. Republicans, okay, Democrats. What do you all think of the Republican National Convention? Democrats, Independents, Republicans. All right. Whatever side does charges, holds hearings, and votes. Obi-Wan Pelosi, your only hope. Well, let's see. House or Senate does it all depends on what side does the charges. No DOJ involved. Good. Thank you for telling me that. So, what did... I lived in Louisiana for off and on for 10 years, so what did y'all think of the, all y'all, think of the RNC? All right, Democrats, Independents, and Republicans. Democrats, what did you think of the RNC? Independents, what did you think of the RNC? Get me kind of puzzled, like, not sure about that. Republicans, what did you think of the RNC? They liked how it triggered Democrats. That's Trump. The Republicans like that he says what he means, whereas the Democrats see him as the bully that he is, juvenile bully that he is. Okay, Democrats. Strength. They think the RNC made the Democrats look good. Theirs was better crafted, but they're not going to take anything for granted. They're still going to work. It's a burden, and they're taking up that burden to go on to do what needs to be done. Okay, Independents. What did you think of the Republican National Convention? Chariot. Moon. They didn't like how dark it was. 9 of Wands. A lot of them are kind of sticking to, a lot of them are tired, and a lot of them are sticking to what they normally do, whoever side they normally vote for. But people are so tired, and there is definitely some they don't like how dark it was, and saying that, but Biden is going to destroy America, and he's not American, and he's going to hurt God and whatever else. They don't like that, and they're thinking about moving, and this card of the chariot is moving. It's over on the right. It's like, if I go right, I'm just going to end up exhausted, because they know what they're going to get with Trump. They're going to get more of the same. But if they go left, they kind of want to go back to what they had before everything fell apart. Oh, and at some point we need to talk about how our government has been propping up the stock market with $3 trillion. They're literally putting into corporate bonds and whatnot to prop up the stock market. Can you say bubble? Some of the numbers, price to earnings ratio, are sitting at where they were 20 years ago during the dot-com bubble. Yeah. Republicans, what did you think? Oh, it was a thing of beauty. And we're suffering now, but we need to keep the American dream alive. That if I just work hard and pretend that it's a level playing field, that I will be successful. Brought a tear to my eyes. And we're going to be living in just a hellscape, excuse my language, if we vote for Biden. Yeah. Anyway. Deseret, how many days till liberation? I like that. Okay. All right. We are at nearly 48. We got here lots of questions to cover. Yes. All right. Let's read on 49. Claudia Conway. Grief. How old is she? I don't like reading on minors, but I'm not reading this. She's saying that her parents were emotionally and physically abusive to her. Oh, John, you're saying they have 3 trillion left? They don't. They just created it out of thin air, which dilutes the money supply, which makes our money worth less, which shoots up inflation. To make sure that those corporations get their corporate welfare. Thank you, Ian. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. Conways. I'm reading on Kellyanne and George. I'm getting that Kellyanne is frustrated. George is kind of at the end of his rope. Knight of Swords. It's going to be investigated. Oh, lots of fighting, lots of overflowing emotion between her parents. Magician, she wants emancipation. Page of Wands, she's very young. She's 15. Eight of Wands, there's a whole lot coming against the Conways. 3 of Wands, a lot is going to be brought out into the open. Knight of Pentacles. They're going to try to quiet this down as best they can, but I'm not going to read on if she's going to get emancipation. I can't read on minors. It's a line I won't cross. I just wish her well. I just seriously wish her well. But I can read on the parents. Kellyanne, George. Kellyanne, what's going to happen with this? George, what's going to happen with you? Thank you, John. New sitcom, Leave It to the Conways. Oh, jeez. Thank you. Quiet as a Tomb. They just fought so much. The two of them fighting and then taking it out on the kids. I'm just hearing, it's like I'm inside this $7-8 million house in Washington, D.C., and Kellyanne Conway's yelling. Kellyanne, Two of Swords, Nine of Wands. Her decision to kneel in fealty to Trump. She's definitely she's not like my parents, but I used to say that dealing with my parents, who are both very much alphas, when I was a teenager, dealing with my parents was like trying to row an ocean liner. Yeah. Eight of Wands, that's a whole lot coming for Kellyanne. And she just wants to go back to work. She just wants to go back to work. She doesn't want to be home. She doesn't want to homeschool. She wants to go back to the prestige and the power and the importance. All right, George. Page of Cups. Nine of Swords. He couldn't stomach not saying something. Not speaking out. What kind of example is he setting for the kids if yeah, the kids worrying sleepless nights, trying to do some work, but but yes, it's joining in on the other side. Isn't he a lawyer? Doesn't he get taking on democratic causes? Not sure. Taking action. Look, it doesn't feel like he's a picnic to deal with. But in his cards, I'm getting serious, ongoing worry about the kids. Worried parent, worried about his kids. And he'll just keep taking on clients and things that fight Trump. That's what he's going to do, even if they split. What I'm seeing here, for what it's worth, entertainment only. What do I know? I'm just reading cards on YouTube. I've got kids here. These cards for Kellyanne. There are no kids here. This is her importance, her importance, her strength, and it's on both sides. It's all about Trump and wanting to go back to her job. That's it. He was with the Lincoln Project, yes, as an attorney. Okay. I don't know if she has a book coming out. Yeah, but I'm seeing a situation here, and look, I'm not a parent. I can't say for certain what I would do or not do. I would just think that based on how I am toward people I care about, that I I I imagine this would be me 24/7. You put cats in my charge, and I'm with my Cancer moon. I'm just first thing before I eat anything, before I take my supplements and I have one prescription I take. Before I take my own pills in the morning, before I get myself something to drink, I make sure they have food and clean water and TREATS, and he gets a little bit of half and half. The pumpkin, Alfie the pumpkin, he could have it too, but he won't. He's so picky. He won't. Yeah, anyway, this would be me. There aren't even any kids here at all. And that, to me, I don't care if you're a man or a woman, that's pretty appalling. That's my opinion. Then again, I'm not surprised. Renee's saying, yes, she has weird energy. Oh, is that, oh, this rat. I love that description. This rat is saying, I'm sure Cohen just making an appearance will drive Trump gorilla cookies. Gorilla cookies. Oh, I love that. Okay. And, oh, Lee, Maddow has Cohen on her show tonight. I think Kristen, our news anchor here, who brings just the most up-to-date information, said that it's on the 8th. He's going to be on Maddow on the 8th and on Don Lemon Show on the 9th. So I agree, Cindy. Okay, so 50. Okay, we're at 58 and a bit. All right, what have we got here? What am I drawn to? I've got to. I'm sorry. I've got to read on Rand Paul. I know in the grand scheme of things, he's just a tiny little bug. But calling for the FBI to make rules, we would have been killed. We would have been killed if the police hadn't saved us. Rand Paul. The man who makes Ted Cruz look popular. Alexandra saying, but tiny little bugs can poison to death. Yeah, he's pretty awful. All right. Let's see here. So, Rand Paul. Seven of Wands. On the defensive. Empress. Chariot. The mobs were this big. They were bigger than that. The mobs, they were this big. There were people everywhere. They had tiki torches and oh no, wait, that was the other group. Hermit. I should be able to just spout my Ayn Rand garbage and be left alone. And I was in the middle of chaos. Really? What kind of victory is Rand Paul going to have? Or is it just something where it kind of feels a little bit like somebody's going to humor him and be like, oh, yeah, okay, we're going to go talk to some people. He's like, yeah, okay. So he can publicly come out and say, you know, he's the big man. So what's going to happen to Rand Paul? Wheel of Fortune, TikTok. Chariot, Hermit. Ooh, similar cards. Queen of Pentacles. He's so fortunate as he is. Temperance, and Thief. He's going to get painted with the Trump brush, even though he's tried to say I'm independent. I'm gloriously independent. It's like, no, you're just an incredibly well-off Republican. But whatever victory, he's going to have victory in the small sense of basically the authorities are going to just go, yes, oh yeah, we're getting right on that. Yeah, but ultimately he's TikTok because he's going to get painted with his future ambitions are going to get seriously tempered because of being a part of being a Republican supporter and not removing Trump from office when he could have. He's a senator, isn't he? Is he a senator or is he in the House? Do I have this backwards? I'm sorry, I pay so little attention to him. Every time I learn something about him, it kind of goes in one ear and out the other. He's a senator. Okay, thanks, Kat. Just for a second there, I wasn't sure. Kentucky. Oh, lovely. Hang on. Isn't that McConnell's state? Yes. So the state of Kentucky is responsible for both Mitch McConnell and Rand Paul. Kentucky, we need to talk. Really, we need to talk. Both Kentucky. Jeez. 64 and a bit. Okay, there's a possible test. Let's look at that. Like 105. Okay, Abbott has approval for a 15-minute $5 COVID test, and the U.S. government is buying a large quantity. How will this go? Hi. Hello, Golden Eyes. Hello, Golden Eyes. It's okay. We'll sleep. We'll curl up on the gray chair later. I'll sit on the gray chair of happiness, and you can just curl up against my leg. And we will just sit there. Yes, we will. I know. Well, this energy won't last forever. No. You are precious. Okay. Abbott's test. Well, it's here. Corrine is saying, please don't remind us. I'm from Kentucky. Good luck. Kentucky's as red as it gets. Oh gosh, yeah. Well, if you've got those two, then you might even be redder than Oklahoma. I don't think anybody was redder than Oklahoma. Renee, I hear you. Just being fed up. I totally understand. Okay. All right. So, Abbott's test. Turn this slightly because so you can see the kitty. Good boy. Okay, Abbott, do you have a good test? How's it gonna go? Hopeful. I'm feeling hopeful energy. Like, okay, they're like, okay, it's looking good. It's looking good. It feels like there's some actual science behind it, which would be nice. Imagine that. 8 of Wands. Ooh, okay. That would definitely be able to scale up testing. Testing everywhere. This rat gonna make a nice gonna make a t-shirt that says I prefer dogs over senators. I've never had a dog and I prefer dogs over senators. Strength, okay, this is good. This is good. That's rapid deployment. So maybe rapid testing. But strength, magician, putting the power in people's own hands. Entertainment only, YouTube. I'm not giving medical advice. I'm not saying what people should use or not use. Okay, something, it's a little iffy right in the center. Just a little bit, okay? Okay. I don't like seeing the devil there. It empowers, it strengthens Trump's position. Without him having to actually deal with the problem. Well, we can deal with Trump. We just want people to be safe. My mother has COPD. And listening to her wheeze just from literally climbing a flight of stairs slowly. And there's nothing she can do to make it better. I just want her to be okay. Does that mean I'm going to vote for Trump? Heck no. But she's my mom. She's a Trump supporter. But it doesn't matter. I love her. She's my mom. I'll always love her. All right, what's going on with this testing? So is it going to be tests for everybody? Because that's hopeful, but that's just the card for the reading. It says we're in the right area. Insult to injury. I don't like that. Because people who have it suddenly there's an incubation period. So, and then there's the people who do have it being treated like pariahs, maybe. There's some serious, like, holding people who have the illness, like, it's their own fault. They're less than. Yeah, this could get ugly. 5 of Wands, rancor, 4 of Cups. Will people take it? 4 of Pentacles. It's the card of the miser. The way he's holding this box and holding it open, you know, it's, you get kind of, do you guys remember Cigarette Girls? So that, in that sense, being able to hand them out. And I'm getting heartbreak. It's looking good now, but there's it's just testing. It's not a vaccine. Some people are going to, once there is some testing, I'm getting that there are, people are just going to be, there are going to be some people who are just stupid about it. You know, it's like those, the way that Trump called people from Puerto Rico, called them, I believe, please correct me if I'm wrong, because I would hate that this happened, but it wouldn't surprise me. He disgustingly called people from Puerto Rico dirty. And that ultra right-wing view that the unclean over there. You are only from the movies. Yeah. Well, I didn't know any. I don't know any Cigarette Girls. Never seen any. I just know them from the movies too. Okay, Tower. What's this Tower? On the defensive. Queen of Cups. Lovers. Six of Wands. Thief. This is really muddled. I want to say yes. I mean, even if it helps Trump's position, he's going to tout it as a cure, because of course he is. Even if it helps Trump's position, I just want people to not be suffering, and I don't want, you know, gee, we've lost over 180,000 Americans and the devastation that has created, but there's some serious, just not great energy here. What was that? Yeah, there's just, this is not all good. Okay. Oh, Dave. Dave. Let me see if I can squeeze in one more. I should be getting off now, but 75, but I don't want to leave it on something that depressing. Okay, 75. Okay, 115. Let's read it. Michael Cohen, being on Maddow, September 8th, Lemon, September 9th. Does it book come out? Does Michael Cohen's book come out on? Oh, Nancy, thank you. Does Cohen's book come out on the 8th? Hey, Kathleen, I made Cash Peter's lemon rosemary cookies. Oh, were they good? Wow, they are really good. I'm in California, so I used Meter Leominster. I'm not sure what that is, but oh, I'm glad they were good. I'm vegan, so I assumed I couldn't make them. I assumed I couldn't eat them. Hey, Keisha. Yes, September 8th, Linda's saying. Jean, yes, that's the plan. Okay. So how's it going to go? Because in theory, right around September 3rd, Vance may be demanding Trump's financial information immediately, which is going to put him into orbit. And then 5 days later, Cohen's book comes out, and Cohen's on television saying bad things about Trump, spilling secrets. Whew, that could be a really, really bad week for Trump. All right, let me pull this up actually. The 3rd is Thursday. Yeah, and then Tuesday is the 8th, because worked in quite a few bookstores. 3 actually. I've worked in 3 different bookstores. New books come out on Tuesdays. So well, they used to. Now it can be a little bit more than that, but they always used to come out. Tuesday was release day. And so yeah, 2 days after the appeals court rules, Vance is going to potentially be saying, okay, we're done here. Mazars, give me the records. And then the following Tuesday, 2 days later, will be Thursday, following Tuesday for Cohen. Yeah. How's all that going to go for Trump? Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to read on Cohen, but my energy was like, no, I need to read on Trump. And as soon as I did, it's like, oh, I'm like, ugh, all of my arteries hurt. My chest hurts. Ick. Ick. There was a really good TV show quite a while ago about a psychic who she went to houses all across the country, and she had there's a retired policeman, a retired detective, and he would use his investigative information to find out about the site and find out what he could, but he wouldn't talk to her. She would just go in and figure out what she could figure out, and then they would compare notes at the end. But what she was saying is, in walking to these houses and all these houses all over in these really, really haunted places, she says people who do this kind of work, they don't tend to live as long as people who don't, because they're interacting with a horrible energy all the time. And it's like, yeah, I understand why now. 4 of Swords. Okay. Quiet. Why am I getting a card for quiet? 7 of Pentacles. That's a lot of work. This is fruits of labor. This is all the hard work Cohen's done, all the work Vance has done, and the sword of truth coming. Star, right in the middle, in the limelight. It's not like the sun in the sunlight bringing it to light. This is in the limelight. This is using the media. Oh, it's going to be coming from every direction, carried on every station, all over the news. This is the messenger. So many messages. So what's the 4 of Swords? Why have I got quiet? Because hang on, what? Oh, I just read. I just saw. It's hard to find understanding when the other side is trying to kill you. Thank you for being here, Linda. I hope you're feeling better. Well, there's Trump the man. It's they're going to be attacking Trump the man. It's not Trump the emperor. They're going for the, I'd say, soft underbelly, but that's kind of gross. Five of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. The way he's cheated people out of money, stolen, leaving other people in poverty to enrich himself, using stolen money right in the center. Well, we have a good couple of weeks coming for us. More information. Okay, will it have any effect? I'd say yes. I think a lot's going to come out because usually that only happens. Yeah, it looks like, oh yeah, sitting pretty, he's so successful. Oh no, howling at the moon, how he got there. Wow. Much stuff. Oh, these are upside down. Good in death card. This is the disappointment. Knight of Pentacles. Bullying. Cohen bullying. Four of Pentacles. Miser. He doesn't have as much money as he says he does. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be like going through Cohen's book. It's like, okay, where do we start? Going through, very much Vance going through the financials. They have some of it already, but it's going to be, okay, there's this was, he did this, which is not good. He did this, which is not good. He did this, which is not good. What's this? It's like, okay. Oh, look, there's serious corruption. This is like, I feel like Cy Vance, like looking at the stuff, the paperwork. Cohen's book's going to be that way to some extent, but really Cy Vance going through the financials. It's like proof. Here it is in black and white, and oh, on this page there's something screamingly illegal. There's something here that would just be bad. There's something here that's just a game changer. Investigators all over it, taking action about Trump's corruption, which is brought to light, about his partnerships. Yep. And he's Mr. I can do anything I want. Let's see if that holds. All right. That is going to do it for me for today, but I will be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow. And we will keep reading on these things, and it's going to be okay. Happy Friday, everybody. And we're going to get through it. We're going to get through this, and I think we're going to, and we do have a couple of, I think we're going to have a couple of interesting weeks coming up here, so take heart. Try to take a little time today to, you know, just sit down with a cup of cocoa or just something comforting to you, and just take 5 or 10 minutes today to just breathe, not think about politics, and just let your body, your mind, your soul, just let everything relax for just 5 minutes, okay? All right, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for everything. And thank you to my moderator. Thank you to our moderators. You make this possible. All right, hang in there, guys.